Hey everyone, would you like to know a few tips and techniques to help your prospect actually sell themselves on either your product or service or in partnering with you in your organization? Well, today I'm here to give you mind hacks for leaders. And it's really important that when you're prospecting and talking to people, that you actually consider some of the things I'm going to teach you today, because what that's going to do for you is allow you to have deeper, richer conversations, number one. Number two, not get sucked into conversations that don't serve you, because I'll tell you what, if those conversations don't serve you, they are also not serving your prospect, right? So, and then number three, I want to talk to you about some really, I don't want to say the word important, but some very effective techniques that will allow your prospect to actually feel like they're partnering with you in the conversation and not just being told what to do. So that was a very long intro. My name's Dawn Sullivan. For those of you who don't already follow me, I am a trainer and mentor to network marketers who are looking to grow their businesses using social media. And if you don't know, I am also a certified mind model method business coach. So what's a mind model? What does that even mean, right? So in our industry, in the network marketing industry, we tend to hear things like mindset, belief, rah-rah, just believe more, rah-rah, fix your mindset. Well, I actually have a different approach to that. I'm not saying that's wrong or bad. I'll leave that to you to see what's more effective, mind models or mindset. But mind models are more about the process you use to think through situations, the process you use to be in a resourceful, problem-solving state of mind, which can allow you to be in the flow. Do you know what I mean by in the flow? If you understand what flow means, drop flow down in the comments. If you are like, what the heck is flow? I've never felt it in my life. Drop a 1 down in the comments so I know who I'm speaking to today and how I can help you the best. So when you're in the flow, what that means is you're like I am right now, kind of like pausing and stumbling over my words, right? When you're in the flow, that means you have conviction and you have belief in what you're doing and how the actions you're taking are going to move you forward. When you're not in the flow, you may feel stuck in that you're thinking, what is the next step here? I don't know what to do next. I'm going to just start over, right? If you've ever felt that you're just going to start over again, then you're not evaluating the steps you've taken, what has worked, what has not gone so well, and what is one thing you might do differently next time. Okay, so those are some really quick and easy evaluative tools that I teach my team. But what I want to tell you today more specifically is how telling your prospect will repel them. Telling is repelling. Write that down. If you don't believe me, write that down and stick it on your computer. Telling is repelling. Asking creates influence. And are you more likely to recruit and enroll people if you have influence with them versus if you're repelling them? What do you think? Drop influence down in the comments if you think that is the better way to go. If you think I'm wrong, drop repel down in the comments. And probably if you think I'm wrong, you've already checked off this video anyway. So if you're still here listening to me, that probably means you want to hear what I have to say next. So what that means is when we're talking to a prospect, we want to be asking questions, right? What kind of questions we want to ask them? We want to ask them questions that start with what, when, or how, right? We don't want to ask closed-ended yes or no questions, right? Because people will then respond yes or no, right? That's not so helpful to us. We want information. We want to be curious, and we want our prospect to also be curious. So if we're telling, what kind of a state does that put our prospect in? That puts them in a defensive state where they're like kind of gonna already set up to reject you, right? So this is about force versus counterforce. We know this from physics and, junior high or high school. When there's a force, you always have a counterforce, right? It's the same thing in relationships. If you think about, a parenting relationship, when your parent is telling you to do something, what's your first instinct? Heck no, I'm out of here, right? When your spouse is telling you to do something, what's your immediate visceral reaction? Heck no, do it yourself, right? When your boss tells you to do something, what's your immediate emotion or thought attached to that? Oh, screw you, do it yourself. You get paid more, right? So if we're telling, that means we're using force. We're attempting to convince if we're telling, right? Do you guys agree with that? So we don't want to be telling, we want to be asking. Asking keeps me in a state of curiosity, and what you'll notice is it helps the person you're speaking to feel like you really want to understand them, right? And we want our prospects to feel like we're going to recommend the best thing for you. I'm not going to recommend like this blanket protocol or this blanket service for everybody, no matter what their circumstances. I want my prospect to feel special. I want them to feel like I understand them, and I want to get to know them better so I can serve them specifically. So instead of this force counterforce relationship, which is going to be a waste of your time, trust me, I've done it, I've been there, it's a waste of your time. We want to have this collaborative relationship. Now, I know it might sound funny, prospect, network marketer, collaborative relationship, but if you think about it that way and you actually ask questions in a way that you're discovering information about your prospect. How long have they been suffering from this? What is it like for them day to day? What else have they tried? How much money have they invested? How much time have they invested? And here's the big question. Write this down if you have a pen. What will happen if they do nothing? What will their life look like in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months if they don't make a change now, right? So we want to be helping the prospect paint their own vision. Also in network marketing, we say, paint the vision for them. Well, everybody's vision is so different, right? So me painting a vision for you, it's not going to work. It's just going to fall flat. You got to paint your own vision. I show you the process, you fill in the content. That's another mind model we'll talk about another time. My mind model today is asking versus telling. Think to yourself, how do I most respond and relate to people when they're telling me what to do or when they're asking questions about me? So here's a reference for you guys. This is an incredible book. It's called Power versus Force by Dr. David Hawkins. He is an MD and a PhD. It's super academic. So if you're not like academic minded and you're not kind of sciencey, this probably isn't for you. But this is a great book that talks about the power versus force phenomenon and what that means for people, right? So we want to be aware of our approach, and our approach is going to be more effective if we create influence by asking questions. So I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope this was valuable for you. If it was, go ahead and drop a value down in the comments. If somebody on your team, upline, downline, crossline, doesn't matter to me, needs to hear this information, feel free to share this video with them or tag them down below. Thanks you guys for spending a few minutes with me today. I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.